Hey everybody, another GMG review. Today we're checking out Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team, the 2023 annual season of the Gallowdark. Now this was kindly sent along as a complimentary review copy by Games Workshop and contains, geez, look at this thing. It's like an inch and a half thick. It's all the Gallowdark stuff. So if you slept on any of the starter sets, if you did not have or if you missed one because it's sold out, or you didn't have interest in the kill teams, this gives you access to the rules for all the kill teams from this season, right up into including Ashes and Faith, which is the one with the Chaos Cult, and the Inquisitors, which didn't technically take place on the Gallowdark, but did take place this season. So it is a complete omnibus, I guess, of all of these rules, including, and I thought this was a neat touch, the fold-out references for setting up your Gallowdark terrain, which is super handy, as well as a bunch of the additional art and stuff too. This one has all of the different kill zones, so Into the Dark, Shadow Vaults, Gallowfall, and Soul Shackle, and then the core reference is on this side. So if you have the thing closed, you can pull out both and just go them back to back like this, and you can see the entire thing, which I thought was handy. I liked the fact that it was both in one, and it gives the book a little bit of additional value. All right, so important questions to ask. And this was the first thing that popped in my head is, does this stuff contain the updates from the Season 2 patches of the data slates? Now, of course, that's a very important thing for most kill team players. They want to make sure their rules are up to date. And so I thought it was important to check. And so we're gonna do that right now. Because if you have seen all of the previous GMG reviews, you can check out what all of these kill teams do up here in the cards. You can go and see any of these individual warbands and their breakdowns. But the important thing now is, do we have the most up-to-date stuff possible? So starting with Into the Dark, and that would be, of course, the Navy Breachers kill team and the Farstalker Kinband. The most important thing to check quickly will be the Navy Breachers, the Grenadier, and the Blitz Tactical Ploy. So like the Blitz Tactical Ploy, if you do either of these things, you cannot re-roll the remaining attack dice. Let's see if that's in there. So Tactical Ploys, Blitz. In the roll attack dice step for the shooting attack before rolling attack dice, if it's the first turning point, the first friendly operative to activate this turning point, you can retain one attack dice as a critical hit without rolling it. If it is the first friendly operative to perform either of those attack actions during the turning point, you retain one attack dice as a successful normal hit without rolling it. It does not appear to be in Blitz. And then the Navis Grenadier, the delete the final sentence of the Grenadier ability. Is that gone for the Grenadier? And his ability, those grenades that have the limited special rule can be selected for this operative's use twice instead of once. It's still in there. And then Brace for counterattack should deploy to a minimum of 3 instead of 2. So Brace for impact, nope, is still to a minimum of 2. All right, well, they didn't include the updates for the Navy Breachers. Maybe they included the updates to the Farstalker Kinband, but it's seeming less and less likely, which would mean this was probably printed earlier. Nope. So the operative is still crew kill broker and 10 Farstalker Kinband operatives. It should be a kill broker and 11 Farstalker Kinband operatives, because that way you have 12 total, which allows you to take both the Crude Hounds. That's not in there either. Let's look at if the Pistoliers and the Accelerator Bow have their BS improved. The Pistoliers does not. He does not hit on 3s. And then the Accelerator Bow should be back here. Did I skip it? Well, I miss you. How did I miss you, Accelerator Bow? That's Warrior, Long Sight, Stalker, Tracker, Bowcaster Man. That's the Tri-Blast. There he is, Bow Hunter. Should be on 3s as well, but it's not. It's on 4s. Oh, it's unfortunate. I guess this was printed afterwards. Let's quickly look at the Kill Team Shadow Vaults, the Higher Tech Circle special rules, and see if they got updated. The Higher Tech Circle special rules. So the update should be reanimation protocols. Resolve before living metal. Operatives gain D3 plus 3 lost wounds and can be placed within blue. So reanimation protocols. Animation protocols. No, it's only D3 wins remaining. So, resolve before living metal. Operatives regain D3 plus 3 wounds and can instead be placed within blue of the arranged token, but not within engagement enemy operatives within order of your choice. As close as possible, not blue. No, so nothing, it looks like nothing's been updated. That's unfortunate. So you've got the core rules in here, but not the balanced data slate. The other thing I did notice, you do have the complete set of rules for all of the terrain pieces. So these are all the kill teams. We have the close quarter combat rules. We have all of the Into Dark, Shadow Vaults, Soul Shackle, and Gallowfall in one place, which is nice. Then we have the critical mission pack from Gallowdark. We have the next one from Shadow Vaults. We have the infiltration special rule, Deadly Juncture. And then we also have, so that's Shadow Vaults. Next up is Soul Shackle. So the Soul Shackle rules. We have the Gallowfall rules. But what we don't have is we don't have the Ashes and Faith campaign pack. So that was the last thing I noticed, is it's just the core box set, I guess like special missions. You don't get the campaign system from the Inquisitorial box, unfortunately, for Ashes and Faith. Which is a shame, because it was a very cool campaign system. Now, I do realize it does require a bunch of additional assets and cards and stuff, but you could have put them in here as photocopyable, really. Although maybe that book will be available separately. It'd be cool if it was. The Chaos Cult is in here, however, as is the Inquisitorial Warband. So you get the rules for the Inquisitorial stuff, but not, again, for the actual campaign system that they're for, which makes sense because honestly, the Ashes and Faith book was separate from the campaign book. They're two separate pamphlets, so like this does include everything that was in the kill team supplement for it, just not the actual campaign that was kind of like the key feature of that box set. It also kind of makes sense as that campaign doesn't take place in close quarters Gallowdark terrain. It takes place on a city, in city terrain. So it doesn't super mesh with the theme of this. That being said, I don't know the price point of these things when I get to see them. It is nice to have everything in one place. Although playing with the individual books is probably easier if you're just bringing one warband obviously to the table. If you did skip any of these, you now have access to the core rules for them. Although the Season 2 updates aren't necessarily printed in here to include all of the errata that has basically come out since these things launched. So yeah, so again, if you have these already, doesn't really add anything to what your current collection is because you picked up all those box sets. You can probably skip this one. If you do actually want all the individual rules in here, you'll have to print out the Season 2 errata to go with it for the balanced data slate. But I mean, those things can change too. So maybe it's a good thing it's not printed in here. I doubt. I think probably the comments will tell you how everybody feels about that. I personally think that it's probably a printing time thing. But this is the danger. My personal opinion is this is the danger you run into when you try and make balance patches to skirmish games like this that are kind of like narratively campaign driven. You then print something in the past that you probably already had printed, and then it comes out and it doesn't have the updates included in it that people would probably expect, because the consumer doesn't really understand that this thing that's on pre-order that came out after your June update of the rules was probably printed in like February, and so it was already locked and dusted. And nor should they, because to them it doesn't matter. To them it's new and it's available. So there you go, Kill Team Annual 2023, the Season of the Gallowdark. I do like that they're doing these omnibuses. I do think it's kind of a lesson in what happens when you tinker with your rules all the time and then have a product come out later on. So I guess you guys will tell me in the comments how you feel about it too. I probably wouldn't pick this up having all the individual books already, but if you did sleep on it, it's nice to have, and I hope that they can, in the future, do another one of these for the next season, and if it's printed a little closer to the release date or just doesn't require as many rules updates going forward, that will mean that it will be, you know, more aligned with the current state of the game when it comes out. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more GMG reviews. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a great day. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look to the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.